All righty. You see the logo, baby. You know what that means. Seat Geek. Today's show is sponsored by Seat Geek. We talking about the number one rated ticketing app. I mean, let's talk about why. Over 28 million downloads. They offer over 70,000 plus events. And if I remember correctly, the NFL season is all the way back, baby. So when you're talking about the season being back, you make sure that, you don't miss out on some of these games that are happening. I know it's a lot of the black and gold fans out there. As I'm scrolling on my phone right now, I'm just trying to see, which seats I want for that game that's going to be taking place this weekend, all right? Because they got how they rating them: good, amazing, great. I mean, dude, it tells you right there. All right? But, of course, I'm not going to just come up here and bother you with what I get out of this, because I want to show you what you get out of this. For the first time, people out there, when you make your first purchase, right, your first set of tickets that you're going to order on SeatGeek, you use the promo code Moats, you're getting $20 off. All right, you see it right there. Promo code Moats, $20 off. It's a great little situation. So do yourself a favor and don't miss out on that next event that you really want to be at. But shout out to SeatGeek. But now we got to do some of my picks for the week. All right. And obviously we used to do this thing back in the day, a little bit different, man. But I say, you know what? Why not? Why not get back active, man? Why not make sure we getting our picks the way that they're supposed to get the picks, and make sure we doing everyone the right way. All right. So, like I said, man, I'm excited about it. Hopefully y'all are as well. But let's see what the docket is looking like for NFL games this week. And specifically, what Vegas got to say about some of these games this week, man. All right. So we know we got the game tonight, man. Dallas at Philadelphia, man. The NFL kickoff game, man. Super excited about it too, man. Obviously, GP making his first appearance with that star on his helmet versus the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. They got Philly at -8.5. God, dog. I mean, what do you think about Philly, though? Philly is pretty daggone loaded. They brought a lot back. They lost a lot of free agency, but they're bringing a lot back, man. Obviously, Saquon Barkley highly compensated as well in the right way. So I understand why they're favored, but 8.5 points, God diggity dog. Oh, but you know what, for me, man? I actually like Dallas to cover. I think Philly wins, but I like Dallas to cover, man. 8.5 points. I don't see Philly winning by 9 or more. I think that they do win, but you know what? I like Dallas to cover that thing, man. So let me get Dallas for the under. All right, let me take the dogs. All right, a little road dog action. All right. Next up, let's see then we got the Friday nighter. Now, shout out to the Friday night game. Now, isn't this game was it Brazil, right? Kansas City Chiefs at the Chargers, but this one I want to say is in Brazil. Shout out to the Brazil folk out there, man. Was it Sao Paulo, right? Let me see. Let me just make sure I don't want to butcher it. Okay. Let's come here. Tell me where exactly. I want to know that, man. Don't be making it so difficult on your boys. Sometimes, man, the internet doesn't do what it's supposed to do. And the things that you already have preloaded up, they don't want to like cooperate. It's like, yo, do your job. Don't be doing too much to do your job, man. Sao Paulo. Thank you. I was trying to say, it's like, yo, I didn't want to butcher the name of it. Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo is what the daggone game is going to be at, all right? Jeez. But a Brazil game on a weekday? Actually, it's Friday, so it's technically weekend. But, ooh, that is a little bit different, though, for me, man. The Friday game part, I don't know. But I'm enjoying the fact that I get Thursday, Friday, Saturday's all day college. Sunday, of course, we got NFL action. Dang, but now that I think about it, I'm not even going to be able to watch this daggone game Friday, not the first half. I'm going to be calling it a daggone high school football game. I'm going to be out there daggone 7 to 10. Dog, man. But at least I got my second half. That's my second half nightcap then. All right, shout out to this game. But they got the Chargers. Oh, Chiefs are favored by 3. Okay, so they got the Chiefs winning by 4 on the road. Well, obviously not on the road. Obviously, game is in Brazil. This is actually an interesting one to me, though, because when I think of Harbaugh, obviously we know what they did in terms of bringing in Amarion Hampton. Najee Harris is cleared. He's back over there now. They got a nice old line. They lost Rashawn Slater due to injury. Um, that's tough though, man. Defense is really good. Got the homie Bud over there. Shout out to Bud Dupree, the homie. Derwin James over there too. But we talking about my homeboy and company, man. Juju out there. Chris Jones, Kaloftis. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Weird. Oh, as much as I want to, as in my heart, everything is saying Chargers. I'm gonna be so wrong. I'm like, yo, Chargers should win this. Chargers, I think, win this gutter gritty. But my problem is, it's Mahomes. He is the X factor, and we already know whenever it's a close game, he finds a way. Yeah, I like the Chiefs, man. I like Chiefs get that in the first game, man. So yeah, I got them winning this thing, man. Obviously, the favorites, so they win, and I say they cover as well, man. Yeah. So go Chiefs, man, for that one. But that's an interesting one, man. That Friday night in Brazil. Shout out to it though, man. All right, all right. Then from there, man, we got the Sunday kickoff. So first game on the docket, man. We'll talk about the Cincinnati Bengals at the Cleveland Browns, man. A little division rivalry, AFC North situation. And we got home dogs. Shout out to the home dogs, man. Cleveland Browns plus 5.5. So basically what that means is Bengals are favored by at least 6 points or more in this game. And yeah, I think that's pretty appropriate. Now, the interesting part is this, though. When you think about Cincinnati, the history of them, especially with Joe Burrow, of lately has been they struggle in September. They struggle out the gate. They take a while offensively to get going. Now, we know this offseason or this preseason, they handled it a little bit differently in their approach, right? Played the starters, played them a lot. Played in all the preseason games, played a good amount of snaps in the preseason game. So the mindset is the offense should actually come out and be a lot more productive, a lot more efficient, and it should hit the ground running. My issue is this, though. They don't have a defense like that, man. They lost pieces. I know that they were able to, get Hendricks, trade Hendricks back, and then obviously, getting the young boy Shamar Stewart under contract. But as a whole, I just don't feel the best about their defense, and I do feel like Joe Flacco was going to be able to do some things to kind of make them uncomfortable. But 5.5, so they give us 6. I like the Bengals to go ahead and win that and cover, man. So here we go, Cincinnati. We're gonna see what y'all do, man. Don't make me look crazy now, all right? Make me look crazy. And I like y'all colors too. That black and orange, it's the nostalgia. I know I'm a Churston trucker. All right. Shout out to the 757 Portsmouth, Virginia. If you know, you know. All right. But it's just one of them things, man. All right. But I do like them to get that win and cover. Shout out to Vegas, though, man. They made that one tough. The 5.5 in September that's a nice touch right there. And this will be a good one right here, man. New York Giants at the Washington Commanders. Now, we obviously know the Commanders coming in. They have a lot of returning pieces, and they added some stuff as well on offense and defense, right? We know Deebo Samuel, new addition over there, added pieces on the defensive side. And Jaden Daniels, man, everything looks like he's ready to be another, one of those ones in the quarterback position. The Giants, on the other hand, they got new quarterbacks, right? Obviously, Russ over there. We know James over there, and they obviously drafted Jackson Dart. Malik Neighbors, talented. Kayvon Thibodeau, obviously heck of a player as well, man. They got some pieces. Commanders, though, home favorited, 6 points, man. -6 at the crib. Whew. I don't know. Me personally, I think that the Commanders do win this, but my big issue is I don't know what version of Russ is going to be there in week 1. And also how aggressive Brian Dable is with that offense, man. Is he trying to just, protect it, run the ball, make sure that Russ isn't exposed to too much negativity, take occasional deep shots? Or is he going to kind of cut it loose and let Russ kind of throw that thing a little bit across the yard and really challenge that Commander's defense? I don't know which version we're going to see. Now, on the flip side, I feel like with Jaden Daniels and company, I think that they're going to be coming out ready to roll and really trying to prove something this season that last year wasn't a fluke. And specifically for Jaden Daniels, that he isn't a one-hit wonder, that he can replicate that success, that is a guy that you should be able to trust. So with that, I like this though. But the problem is this, man. I hate the Commanders. All right, it's the childhood Cowboy fan in me. I just don't like the Commanders. It's nothing about them. So even when I have to say like, y'all think they're gonna win this, I'm just like, yo, they might win, but they ain't gonna cover though. All right, so I'm gonna hate on them real quick. They'll win, but they ain't gonna cover. All right, shout out to the Giants. All right, so give me the Giants in that matchup, man. I do think that they lose the game as a whole, but I think that they keep it within those 6 or less points in terms of the margin for victory. Steelers, Jets. Hey now, they got us. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We ain't about to rush that. Skip that one. But let's go to the next one, though, man. On the docket, man, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Atlanta Falcons. And once again, man, obviously y'all already know this, man, since we are a DraftKings show. These are the the spreads that DraftKings actually puts out there. All right, so y'all, if you know, hit that, promo code over there is Moats. Y'all already know what we own, man. Y'all know how we do. And yeah, shout out to you, Bust Down, though, man. In terms of that Giants D line, they do got talent up there. A lot of talent, baby. But in this Buccaneers at Falcons matchup, they got the Bucs on the road favorited though. So that means we got home dogs. Shout out to Atlanta Falcons being home dogs home dogs in terms of the Buccaneers being favored by 1.5 points. So that means that they have Vegas thinks that the Bucs will win by 2 or more points in this game. I do like that, man. This is an excellent matchup to me, man, for week 1. Both of these teams bring a lot to the table. When you talk about the Atlanta Falcons, obviously Michael Penix, man, young quarterback, but looked really good down the stretch once he took over for Kirk Cousins. Bijan Robinson, you feel really good about what that dude is in this league and what he's going to continue to do as long as he can stay healthy. Kyle Pitts and company over there. He said, man, they feel good in Atlanta. They feel like they got something that can compete to win that division in Atlanta. We're going to see in terms of what defense looks like if they're able to kind of keep up with the expectations. But to me, I do like I said, man, from Atlanta standpoint, what they are, rolling out there this go around. But on the flip side, when you're talking about Tampa Bay's bringing a lot back, man. And Baker is a son of a gun. I know people have wrote Baker off and they don't believe in Baker. I'm like, bro, y'all are tripping. Baker out here slinging that rock and he don't give up. All right. He over here ready to get active every single time. He going to tell you about it too. And that's one of the personal things I do like about Baker. He played the quarterback position differently, man. He going to talk smack to you. He going to let you know, yeah, I did that. Yeah, what's up? And he's talented, man. But you look at the guys he's going to be throwing that ball to, man. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Emeka Ibuka. We wanted him. He's nice. He's nice. All right. Newsflash. He's nice. But to me, man, I just think that they're to me the favorites in that division, NFC South. And yeah, I think Bucks not just win this. I do got them winning and covering, man. I think they get the Falcons up out of there, though, man, for sure. Shout out to Baker Mayfield, though, man. You talk about a guy that, that Brown situation, obviously, man, as a whole, his time in Cleveland was a success. The amount of production he had, the amount of success he had individually and team-wise, winning a playoff game, etc., all of that looked good. I thought the big knock was he was just too loud, man, in terms of the commercials, in terms of the personality while being in Cleveland. And then, the Deshaun Watson situation happens where they get a chance to go after Watson. They kind of messed that whole thing up in terms of pissing off Baker. It is what it is, though. But for him to see him go to Carolina, go out there to the West Side, was that with McVay for a little bit in the Rams, and now him find this home in Tampa, man. I'm impressed. I'm a fan of it, man. Keep doing your thing, Baker, for sure. Keep doing your thing. Next up, one of my old squads, the Arizona Cardinals. Shout out to the Cardinals. All right, they got them as big road favorites, man. They're on the road at New Orleans, down in the boot. Shout out to Louisiana, man. But yeah, they got the Cardinals as 6.5-point favorites on the road. Now, we obviously understand why they have the Cardinals as 6.5-point favorites. The Saints have a lot of trying to see how we could put this. The way that their roster has been put together this year, with some of the injuries and some of the people that have left and some of the retirements that have happened, have kind of left them desiring a little bit more. Okay. Whereas on the flip side, you look at the Cardinals. Cardinals feel pretty confident, man, in terms of Kyler Murray. They feel really good about Marvin Harrison Jr. Defensively, they like some of the pieces they got over there, Buda Baker and company. So I get that. And it's week 1. Also, it's in a dome. All right, climate, nice. I like the Cardinals to win. I don't like them to cover that, though. I don't think they're going to win by 7 or more points. So I'm going to say the Saints actually cover in this matchup. I got the Cardinals winning the game, but the Saints will find a way to, like I said, man, cover that spread. I don't feel like they're losing by 7 points to the Cardinals, man, but we will see on that one. All right, we shall see. All right, next up, though, we got the Carolina Panthers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. See if Travis Hunter is going to make his NFL debut on both sides of the ball. And they do have the Jags as the favorite, 3.5 points, man, since they are at the crib. Liam Cohen's first NFL week 1 start, right, as the head man. Shout out to what he's going to be doing down there in Jacksonville. But interesting in terms of the spread, a little bit closer than I would have thought. I don't know if this is more optimism around the Panthers or if it's more skepticism surrounding the Jacksonville Jaguars. Because to me, I think the Jags should win this game. I actually think they win this by, 5 to maybe 6 points in this game, man. I think Trevor Lawrence, I think the running game, what they'll be able to do with ETN and drawing a blank on my other guy that's down there. Actually, they got a couple of running backs down there, man, because the young boy from Tech, Bashul Tutton, he's down there also, man. They got 3-piece down there. But I think their ability to run the football is going to stand out. Also, man, Brian Thomas Jr., he's my fantasy receiver. All right, shout out to my fantasy wide receiver. I need him to have a big game. I believe in Brian Thomas Jr., okay? But Brian Thomas Jr. is down there. We're going to see how they utilize Travis Hunter. But I just think offensively, the Jaguars are going to present some issues for the Panthers defensively. And we're still waiting to see where Bryce Young is with his development. They obviously got Ted McMillan down there, but they don't have Thielen down there anymore. Thielen's down in Minnesota now, right? Deontay Johnson not there anymore, right? So it's like, what is that going to look like, man? We know, they didn't have this amazing draft where they knocked it out the park either. So that's the reason why, like I said, I think Jacksonville definitely wins and covers in this matchup. So we shall see. But shout out to the Jags on that. All righty. Next up on the list, though, we got the Miami Dolphins at the Indianapolis Colts, and they got the Colts as the 1.5 point favorite. This, to me, is most definitely a pick'em type of situation. We know that Daniel Jones is going to get the start in Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor and company, man. They got. I'm not a fan of the Colts team right now, man. I think that they're just treading water before they clear house again, man. I'm not a fan of what they're doing over there, man. Miami, a little bit different, but we know they're not going Miami. Can you play in cold weather? Now, granted, this game is in a dome, so they're good. But the other thing is, what does everybody else look like, right? In terms of Tyreek Hill, his availability, Jalen Waddle, where is that looking like? And then Tua, which version did we get, baby? I do think Miami wins this, though. I know that they're road dogs in terms of being 1.5 point underdogs in the matchup. But I like the Dolphins in that, man. I think the Dolphins will find a way to take care of business, man. And look for the man Minkah Fitzpatrick to have a splash in this thing too, man. All right. His first time back putting on that uniform in a regular season game. I think he's also going to want to be one of those guys to let everybody know that, man, just because they traded me in terms of, the Steelers sending him down to Miami does not mean that he is still not one of the best safeties in the league. So that's the part for me that I am interested to see, how he responds with that, man. From there, though, we got Raiders at the Patriots. Shout out to Pete Carroll making his way back into the NFL and taking that all the way back, Brady included, to Patriots, man. The old stomping grounds, man. There's a lot of history in that matchup, too, man. We were talking about Pete Carroll, Tom Brady. Obviously, the Patriots, we know with Vrabel, first time back in the building with the Patriots situation, man. They got them favored at 3-point favorites in that. They tripping. Give me the Raiders. For sure, give me the Raiders, man. I got them winning. And, yeah, they 3-point underdogs, so I'm going to get that anyways, man. I like 3-point spread, but I got Vegas winning this, man. I like Geno. I'm a Geno guy, man. Actually, because, Geno's still healthy. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the back got hurt, and that's why Kenny's over there now. Yeah. I like Geno a lot in this, man. I think Geno's going to do what he's supposed to do. I'm interested to see how Genty performs. Now, the thing that the Patriots do bring, now, they got a young quarterback in terms of Drake May, but their running back, Travion Henderson, that's one of those guys. Yeah, obviously, I've wanted him a lot. That's like one of my favorite. Him and Amarion Hampton. I'm like, bro, both of them dudes, big body, backs that can go, great contact balance. He ran back and kick in the preseason, done, out, housework, right? He's that type of guy, man. But to me, the reason why I still go Vegas, I just think when you have the continuity at the quarterback position in terms of Geno Smith with his former head coach in terms of Pete Carroll, that I think it just the messaging and the understanding and the confidence that those guys are going to be able to operate with, I think is a little bit different than what we're going to see with the Patriots, who are still going to be working through some of this new, the newness of everybody being there, and while still having a very young quarterback as well. So that's why, for me, like I said, I do like Vegas to go ahead and win that, man. So shout out to them. Next up, that's a crazy spread. Tennessee Titans at the Denver Broncos. Broncos 8.5-point favorites. I mean, they supposed to win it. They about 9 points. And there are multiple factors at play, man. We know it's the first game of the year, so conditioning matters. The game is in altitude at Denver, Mile High, and for sure, you feel that. For sure, you feel that, man. But the flip side is this, though, man. When you talk about what Denver brings to the table, they got Sean Payton, man. They made it to the playoffs last year with Bo Nix. They felt really good about their run game, man. They obviously were able to go out there and acquire some more talent. Cortland Sutton is still a very productive player out there as well. And defensively, they got some pieces too. Obviously, the reigning defensive player of the year, Pat Surtain. And we know the opposite corner, Riley Moss and company as well. It's like they got some pieces over there, man. They feel confident. Tennessee, though, they got young Cam Ward. We know the quarterback, man, looked good in the preseason, slinging the rock. Receivers didn't really help him. Calvin Ridley, we will see what that looks like. Yeah, just 8.5 points is a lot of daggone points, man. But you know what? I like the Broncos to win it and cover it. How about that? Shout out to the Broncos. Let's go. Week 1, man. I like the Broncos win it and cover it. Like I said, man, they are minus 8.5, but let's roll with it, man. I do not care, man. I do believe in, like I said, what Bo Nix and the company are doing over there, man. So we are going to see. But don't forget, man, to hit that like button either and subscribe if you are new to the channel while we are chopping it up, making the Moats picks of the week. Shout out, man. All righty. Ooh, this will be a fun one. Out there on the west side, San Francisco going up to Seattle to face the Seahawks. Seahawks are underdogs, man. 2.5 points. All right. So they expect the Niners to win by a field goal or more. And I think that's appropriate. Obviously, we know this would be Sam Darnold's first official start with the Seahawks. Nice running game over there as well. I like the defense in Seattle too. When you're talking about Tariq Woolen, company over there, man. Nice D-line too, man. Leonard Williams. Yeah, nice D-line. But San Fran on paper should be the favorite, right? When you talk about Brock Purdy, when you talk about that O-line, you talk about Christian McCaffrey coming back. Talk about them acquiring Brian Robinson Jr. from the Commanders over there as well. We obviously know when you're talking about their defense in terms of Bosa, right? We feel good about him. Fred Warner, we feel good about him. Those are some of the dudes that if they're healthy, we know what they're capable of doing. And then you also look into the fact that which team has had more continuity. Last year for the Niners, man, that was an extremely down year, but they were extremely beat up, banged up, right? Brandon Ayuk tore the ACL before the season even started. He should be healthy, right? Ricky Pearsall should be good to go, right? Not hopping into the season after getting shot. Like that type of stuff, right? Craziness. So I do like the Niners to win this and cover, man. So shout out to them on that. Like I said, man, 2.5 point favorites, but I do think they take care of business on the road up in Seattle. All righty. Got a couple more games on the docket, and we are still good on time. Like I said, Tanisha from Really Florida Football will be joining us at 5:30 time frame, and that way we'll do our full game preview breakdown, man. Super excited about that. But let's keep our picks rolling. We got the Detroit Lions. Shout out to Detroit, man. My dog Kelvin Shepard, the defensive coordinator over there, man. One of my former teammates when we were up there in Buffalo. But they are road dogs going to Green Bay. Green Bay, they have them at minus 2.5. So they think Green Bay wins this by 3 or more points. Interesting. Obviously, when you're at home, especially, when you see that 3 points, they're basically saying if this was a neutral site, this would be a pick 'em. It would be flip the coin, man, because both of these teams are pretty even. And I would agree with that. Detroit offensively, we know, man. Jared Goff, the double-headed, monsters in the backfield, turns to Gibbs, and geez. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. Don't sneeze. I'm about to sneeze. You ever had that sneeze about to happen? It's like, it ain't capping yet, but it is what it is. All right. But we know Sonic and Knuckles back there. All right. I'm excited. All right. Like I said, with Montgomery, I scooped him up in my fantasy because, like I said, maybe toting that rock. All right. But the running game, the ability to hit the receivers, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, they have a ton of talent. The offensive line is dang good. The big knock or the big question mark is, what do they look like without Ben Johnson? And then the flip side on defense, Aiden Hutchinson and company, man, they got playmakers at all three levels. Like I said, man, my dude Kelvin Shepard got the promotion, but he got the promotion because Aaron Glenn, who will obviously be facing on Sunday, the head coach of the Jets, was their former defensive coordinator. So it's just, like I said, moving pieces at both coordinator, offense and defense, that always gives you a little bit of pause, right? But you still got the same head coach in terms of Dan Campbell. So that should, give them some confidence. I think that's why you got this as a pick 'em. Because with Green Bay, Jordan Love, the expectations are very high. That receiving group out there, the talent they got on offense, defense, them acquiring Micah Parsons, across the board, they should be feeling really good. And if you're Micah Parsons, you should be feeling great. Hopefully the back is everything what it's supposed to be. But it's like, man, you're on an offense where they score points consistently. So you should be playing with leads. So that means teams should have to pass more, which then allows you to do what you do best and have the most fun doing, getting after the quarterback. So with that, I actually am going to go with the home team right there, man. I do like the Packers to defend Lambeau Field versus the Detroit Lions in week 1, man. Not just win that thing, but win and cover. All right, because it's a 2.5 point spread with that, man. But yeah, I do have the Packers winning and covering with that, man. But that's gonna be a good one, man. That's the 4:25 kickoff too, man. So we'll be done with our action. All right, that's Sunday 1 o'clock. We'll be done. We having our feet kicked up, and we might, tap in on that one. All righty. Then let's see. We're getting down to the back end of the docket. Houston Texans at the LA Rams. They got the Rams as 3-point favorites at the crib. Stafford's playing, man. If Stafford's playing, I like it. Straight like that, man, because Stafford's an absolute dog. And you look at their wide receiver group out there, man. Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua and company. Know they can run the ball in terms of Kyron Williams. Defensively, Jared Verse and company, right? Shout out to them young boys over there on defense doing their thing. Like the Rams a lot, man. I think they had a lot they bring to the table. But then you got the Texans. Let me take a sip real quick for the Texans. Texas is tough. Texas is real tough. You got O-line, multiple running backs, quarterback, multiple wide receivers. And this is with still no Tank Dell. They are talented as heck, man. Defensively, pass rushers, linebackers, cover guys. What up, Stingley Jr., right? All three levels, man. Will Anderson, they got everything you looking for over there in Houston, man. But the Rams are tough, man, because the Rams schematically know how to score points. They know how to run the offense, man. Sean McVay, Matthew Stafford, they're going to have them boys ready to roll, man. This is a nice matchup, though. I like this one a lot. Oh, man. A lot. As much as I want to call, I want to call the upset. I want to call the Texans to get the job done. But Stafford in LA is tough. Stafford in LA, he's a problem. So give me LA, man. I like LA to win that and cover, man. Like I said, man, that's gonna be one of them ones. That's gonna be a nice 4:25 slot. And then it's time for a little Sunday night Browns on matchup. I don't know if y'all know who has a Sunday night matchup. The Baltimore Ratbirds. The Baltimore Ratbirds have to go all the way up to rough Buffalo. Shout out to Buffalo, but that was 7:20 or 8:20 p.m. Sunday night. And we got home dogs. Buffalo Bills plus 1.5. And I think it's appropriate. Baltimore brings a lot, right? We talk about Lamar. You talk about Derrick Henry. Shout out to new money as well. O-line looks good. Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely. We talk about Zay Flowers. We talk about the addition of DeAndre Hopkins. They have a lot on offense. Holy smokes, they got a lot on offense. And you can't forget about Patrick Ricard either, man. They got bodies. bodies. Okay. And then you look at them on defense. You're like, God, dog, all right. Shout out to Cal Van Noy. He's still over there doing his thing, right? You bring in obviously Roquan Smith, but Trent Simpson. You talk about some of the young secondary players that are now developing, becoming, more consistent players. They have a lot, and that's a big reason why the matchup last year between the Bills and the Ravens in the postseason, the divisional round, went down to the wire. I mean, it was a back and forth game, man, extremely competitive in Buffalo as well. But then when you look at Buffalo, man, they got obviously the reigning, defending league MVP, baby. Josh Allen. Yeah, you know Josh freaking Allen. Just got married too, boy. He feeling good. Now he feeling real good. James Cook, new money. Khalil Shakir, new money. Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox. They got the big boy up front from Snow University, Deion Dawkins. And then, of course, on that defense, man, they got guys, new addition. Joey Bosa as well. Greg Russo getting after it. Milano, Bernard. I mean, they got pieces and playmakers all over the place out there, right? So you already know I got the Bills winning and covering that one. Don't even trip. Don't worry about that one, man. And don't you say I'm doing that because I'm a Bills fan or because I'm a Bills alum. Don't you do that, okay? That's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because we don't want the Ravens to win. We need the Ravens to lose. That's the whole reason why we're doing this thing, all right? So you already know the drill with that. Don't be tripping. Don't be tripping. But the last matchup, all right, the last one, and then after that, as I look at the clock, it's about that time. It's almost time to have Miss Tanisha join us. You know, I can't wait. All right. But the final matchup, man, Monday night action. Minnesota Vikings. Excuse me. Where's Lizzo? You're the Minnesota Vikings. Shout out. All right. We back, man. It's the season here now. All right. Minnesota at Chicago, though. Chicago home dogs. Okay. Chicago 1.5 point underdogs in this, man. So they like the Vikings as the road team. And I support that, man. The only thing that I think will be different early on is what does JJ McCarthy look like. But I do feel like with O'Connell out there, I do feel like his ability to manage offensively what they're going to try to do is going to help JJ early on with some of those growing pains, with some of that, oh my God, man, we out here and it's really happening. Because no matter how much you've played in college, man, how much you played in the preseason, nothing feels like week one. Nothing feels like that first time when you come out and bright lights are on you and you know, oh, I'm actually going up against, oh, that's a dog. Oh, that's a real dog. Oh, it just feels different. No matter how much you prepare, no matter how confident you are, that's an adjustment period. So that's something that, like I said, man, looking at the head coach, I do think that that's going to help them. But defensively is where I think that they make their hay. Now, Caleb Williams, he's exciting. He is the total package in terms of ability. We're going to see what Ben Johnson and the new pieces do, though. I like DJ Moore over there, but we're going to see. We're going to see, man, because to me, I think that with expectations, sometimes that added level of pressure makes players play a little bit tight. It makes the execution not be as smooth. And for a guy like Ben Johnson, who's been in the OC role, it is a difference when you take on that head coaching role. And now you got to focus on the managing of the game as well as, all right, what does my baby offense look like as well? It's just a lot of nuance that goes into that now. So first go at it. We're going to see how that looks. But I actually like Minnesota to take care of business, man. I like Minnesota, man, as the road dogs. Like I said, 1.5. I think they win and cover this. And yeah, I don't necessarily think that JJ is going to, in terms of JJ McCarthy, I don't think he's going to do anything special. I think he hits the guys he's supposed to hit, though. In terms of Justin Jefferson, you already know the drill. Get him the ball. Get in the vicinity of him. Jordan Addison. Get in the vicinity of those type of guys, and you're going to have a good day. So I do think that JJ will be able to do that. And like I said, man, that's why I think that they take care of business on the road, man. But I like it, man. I like it. And like I said, hopefully y'all are digging that as well with those picks of the week, man. Like I said, man, that's something that we will be doing every week now, man. Now that the season is officially back, baby, because like I said, we so back. We are so back. But hopefully y'all enjoyed it. And if you did, don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel.